And Foster left grappling for it. It's Gareth Barry!
Gareth Barry held the record for the most Premier League appearances in history, only eclipsed recently by James Milner. But Gary played far more minutes compared to Milner. Barry had more appearances than Ryan Giggs, more than Frank Lampard, more than Steven Gerrard. But here's the question. How does a player with over 650 Premier League appearances rarely get mentioned among the league's greatest midfielders? Welcome to Football Reality Check, where we rank every single player from S to E tier. Let's start with what made Gareth Barry special: availability, consistency, and reliability. For nearly 2 decades, managers knew exactly what they would get from him every single week. Barry wasn't flashy, he wasn't the fastest player, and he certainly wasn't the most exciting, but he could do almost everything. He could play as a defensive midfielder, a central midfielder, a left-sided midfielder. He could even play a left back when required. And wherever he played, he performed his role well. That's why managers trusted him. Not because he was spectacular, but because he was dependable and consistent. Barry was successful everywhere he went in his career. He performed at Aston Villa, Manchester City, Everton, and West Bromwich Albion. At City, he played an important role during the club's rise to the top of English football, where he was a big part of the team that won the FA Cup and the Premier League, and he became one of the most respected professionals in English football. While other players grabbed headlines, Barry quietly built one of the longest and most consistent careers the league has ever seen. That deserves enormous amounts of respect. However, what was Gareth Barry actually elite at? The answer is difficult. He wasn't an elite passer, he wasn't an elite goal scorer, he wasn't an elite playmaker, and he wasn't an elite defender. Instead, Barry was a jack of all trades. He did almost everything well in his central defensive midfielder role, but he was never extraordinary. When you compare him to players like Patrick Vieira, Frank Lampard, or Steven Gerrard, the gap in quality becomes obvious. Those players dominated games, Barry supported games. His longevity is mighty impressive, but longevity alone doesn't make a player elite. We at Football Reality Check place a huge emphasis on availability for our players when we make our rankings. It is, in our opinion, the most important quality a player can have, and Gareth Barry was the king of being available every season. On top of that, he was a quality central midfielder for all his career, and he managed to win the biggest trophies in English football while being a big part of the team. That is why we at Football Reality Check place Gareth Barry in the B tier. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments who you would like to see us at Football Reality Check rate next.